Several studies indicate that the attitudes that preschool children have toward themselves and the school environment are strong predictors of whether or not these children will drop out of school prior to high school graduation. If a preschooler has a positive view of herself and her school, the carryover in terms of assuring that child's future academic success is tremendous. The role of the teacher in creating these positive attitudes in their students cannot be overstated. A clarion voice in the field of education is William Glasser. Dr. Glasser says in his book, The Quality School Teacher, that the first condition of quality schoolwork is a nurturing relationship between the teacher and the child. Children will cooperate with a teacher that they believe loves them and cares for them. The resulting creation of a cooperative learning environment between teacher and student is an essential component of a child's intellectual, academic, and social development. The reasons why teachers play such a significant role in this process is explained in recent studies of the human brain. Modern brain research. There are 3 observations regarding the brain, pertinent to our understanding of brain development in children, upon which most experts are in general agreement. The first observation regards the prefrontal cortex area of the brain, or the PFC. It's located just behind the forehead. It is in charge of the executive functions of a child's brain and controls things like language, attention, and behavior. Teachers for sure want to keep this area of a child's brain actively engaged in the classroom. Secondly, when a child is subjected to stress, criticism, or ridicule, the PFC hands the situation over to more primitive areas of the brain, such as the amygdala, which regulates fight, flight, or freeze behaviors. It is called the amygdala hijack. When the amygdala takes control, the child will become confrontational, emotional, or withdrawn. Effective teachers help eliminate threat and fear in the classroom by developing nurturing, trusting relationships with their kids. If children feel like a teacher loves them and cares about them, they will not feel threatened even when the teacher corrects their mistakes or disciplines their misbehavior. The third observation concerns the positive effect of nurture upon brain development. Since the mid-1990s, researchers have known that the growth of a human brain is affected by a child's environment. The brain's primary hardware components, the neuron cells and the synapses that connect them, experience a period of intense brain wiring and development between birth and age 5. Then following this growth surge, the brain undergoes a pruning process that amounts to a use it or lose it strategy. Areas of the brain that are subjected to frequent use will continue to grow and develop, while those synapses that are infrequently used will atrophy and die. Neurobiologists contend that if a child is treated with kindness and unconditional love during this period of synaptic growth, chances are that the child will tend toward becoming an empathetic, loving adolescent and adult. On the other hand, if a child is subjected to a great deal of stress or cruel behavior during this growth period, then the defense mechanisms of the brain will be stimulated, and the child may spend the rest of her life exhibiting defensive, hostile behaviors toward those around her. The positive impact of nurture in stimulating specific neuron development is incredibly important during this stage of a child's life. The manner in which a teacher reacts to a child's behavior will have a huge impact on the neurons that the child's brain is most likely to access and develop in response to external stimuli. A caring, empathetic teacher can play a tremendous role in determining whether a student embraces the world with hostility or with joy. The new brain research underlines the critical importance of a nurturing classroom environment in allowing children's brains to function at optimal capacity. The intentional creation of a nurturing classroom environment and loving, caring relationships with children is not simply a nice thing for a teacher to do. It can play a crucial role in helping children to have positive experiences in education and in life. A caring, nurturing teacher truly is a great gift to a child. Here are some things to remember in appreciating the impact of a caring teacher. The prefrontal cortex, PFC, is the child's thinking brain that a teacher wants to engage in the classroom. If a child is subjected to ridicule, threat, or humiliation in the classroom, the PFC hands off the situation to a more primitive area of the brain called the amygdala. The amygdala is in charge of the fight or flight responses. It's called the amygdala hijack. Caring teachers learn to discipline misbehavior in a manner whereby the child senses the teacher's goodwill and is not threatened by the teacher's actions. In early childhood, synapses in the brain that are frequently used continue to grow, while the brain prunes those synapses that are rarely used. Teachers play a tremendous role in directing synaptic growth. If a child is treated with kindness and unconditional love during this period of synaptic growth, chances are that the child would tend toward liking school and becoming an empathetic, loving adolescent and adult.